All right, folks, 13 minutes on the clock. Ice Hawks here getting final instructions from Coach Smith. They'll be wearing the Reds, skating right to left across your screen here for the first period. Playing Orchard Lake United, first game of the Silver Sticks tournament here. Dan Durand is in net. Lucas Dan Durand getting the start. And looks like we'll have Speck taking the draw to start things off with Dobbs and Lavoie up front. And on defense, McCarthy and Ducharme. All right. Ice Hawks control off the draw. That's Ducharme. He circles at his own blue line. He makes a pass to Speck, who pushes it into the neutral zone, but the United come away with it only just. Dobbs grabs it, skates it in, takes a shot off the back boards. Oh, it's out in front. Dobbs again. Ooh, that shot hit a defender right in front, scooted off into the corner. Ducharme's in there, but the United come away with it, skating down the left wing. Slowed up by Lavoie at the Ice Hawks blue line, and then Dobbs was pushed into the ref. The ref went down, and play was called. I believe because the ref went down. I'm not sure that also may have been an icing call. Let's see. No, it was just because the ref was sent to the ice. So this face-off will be just outside the Orchard Lake zone. Have a personnel change here. Aldegari and Ancona on defense. Looks like Domzowski taking the draw with Van Ittersum and Zhang up front. Controlled by the Ice Hawks. To Ancona. He goes cross ice to the open wing. Ooh, the Orchard Lake defender goes down. Van Ittersum picks the puck up, sends it out in front. But it got past Zhang. Orchard Lake come away with it. That crossing pass hit a skate and kept in by Van Ittersum. But Orchard Lake comes away with it and are able to skate it into the neutral zone. Ancona pushes his man up against the board, slows things down, grabs the puck, plays it off the backboard to Aldegari. Aldegari in the corner looking for a pass, goes cross ice to Zhang. Zhang hits it or grabs it and skates into the neutral zone, pokes it forward to Van Ittersum. That puck poked from Van Ittersum's stick, but kept in by Aldegari, now pushed out by the Orchard Lake side. Ancona has it at the blue line, the Ice Hawks blue line. He hits Aldegari, who's skating down the right side. He pushes it forward into the Orchard Lake zone. Collected there by an Orchard Lake defender and sent around the corner and out of the Orchard Lake zone. Delamora now has it. He skates it into the Ice Hawks zone, goes cross ice to Hammond. Hammond hits McCarthy at the Ice Hawks blue line. He goes cross ice to an open Speck. Speck skating down the right wing side, crosses into the Orchard Lake zone, leaves it for McCarthy. McCarthy, ooh, that shot hit a skate and scooted off into the corner. Sent to the net by Hammond. That hit the side of the net. Orchard Lake picks it up behind their goaltender, plays it off the boards, kept in by McCarthy. He lofts one towards the net, steered aside by the goalie. Hammond pinches and keeps the puck in, plays it into the corner. Delamora supports. Hammond with the puck in the corner. Goes behind the net to Speck. Speck looking to get it out front. Oh, it got to McCarthy, who pops it in. Speck to McCarthy, and McCarthy scooted one in just inside the post to go up with 10:38 left in the first. That was Speck to McCarthy, and I believe Hammond got it to Speck. At any rate, Ice Hawks up on top. McCarthy scoring the last 5 goals here for the Ice Hawks. He's on a streak. Domzowski now taking the draw. Controlled by the Orchard Lake United. They play it into the Ice Hawks zone. Ducharme plays it up towards the boards, but not out. Domzowski hits his man. The puck comes free, and Ducharme collects it. He's going to skate it behind Dan Durand. Now he makes a pass to Lavoie on the side. That got past Lavoie, kept in by the Orchard Lake side. They send it toward the net, but wide. Played off the sideboard, kept in by the Orchard Lake defender, and there is a penalty call on the Orchard Lake side. They sent Ancona to the ice, and it looks like the penalty will be for roughing with 10:08 left in the first. Ice Hawks up by 1, and now on a power play here with this face-off just outside the Ice Hawks zone. Domzowski setting up to take the draw with Lavoie and Van Ittersum up front. Controlled by Orchard Lake. Pushed back towards their blue line and played now towards the Ice Hawks side. That's Ducharme. Plays it cross ice at the Ice Hawks blue line to Ancona, who pushes it forward. But the Orchard Lake side returns the volley. Ducharme has it at the red line, goes cross ice to Ancona at the blue line. Ancona circles, goes cross ice to Ducharme. Ducharme on the left side, plays it up to Lavoie. That got past him and played out of bounds by the Orchard Lake defender, stopping the clock at 9:38 left in the first and a minute 30 left in this Ice Hawks power play. This face-off will be at the center face-off circle, controlled by the Ice Hawks. Aldegary cross ice to McCarthy, who plays it up to Dobbs. Dobbs skates it into the Orchard Lake side. He goes cross ice, but that was between Zhang and Speck. Speck collects it though. Now he skates it into the corner. He's looking to set something up. He plays it back to Aldegary. Aldegary's got some room. Plays it to Speck at the hash marks on the sideboard. Speck circles top of the circle, goes cross ice to McCarthy. He's got room. Hard shot. Oh, that Zhang tipped it just over the goalie's shoulder, but wide. Played to the boards, or to the line. Aldegary keeps it in, sends it back to the Orchard Lake side. Played out, just out of the zone. McCarthy will collect it at his blue line. He goes across to the left side to Aldegary, who hits Speck in the neutral zone. Speck skates it into the Orchard Lake side. He goes around a man, slowed up. Oh, there's a delayed call. That was a trip on Speck. He got it back to Dobbs, who had a weak shot towards the net, but now for the next 38 seconds, the Ice Hawks will be up 5-on-3 and already up 1 goal in the game. 8:46 left in the first, 38 seconds left in the initial penalty, and now another penalty here. They tripped Speck on the way in towards the net, and the Ice Hawks are enjoying a 5-on-3 advantage here. Speck taking the draw. This face-off deep in the Orchard Lake side. Controlled by the Ice Hawks. It came back to Aldegary. He plays it into Speck at the hash marks. Speck has time. He's surveying. He lifts a pass to McCarthy. McCarthy cross to Aldegary. He sends it towards the net, wide of the goal. That scoots around to the dasher to McCarthy at the blue line. McCarthy, nice little saucer to Speck. Speck, hard shot, just wide. Scoots around the dasher. That's going to get past McCarthy and out of the zone. 13 seconds left in the initial penalty. McCarthy goes cross ice to Aldegary. Aldegary gets over the line. Ooh, his pass got out of the zone. Speck now has it in the neutral zone. It's now a 5-on-4. Speck skates it into the Orchard Lake zone. All the way into the corner. He's hassled by an Orchard Lake defender. He spins around, has a bit of room, spins back around. Pokes the puck to Dobbs behind the net. Dobbs now under a little bit of pressure. He's looking. He goes across to McCarthy. Winds up. Ooh, that shot didn't get too far, and the Orchard Lake team is going to send it the length of the ice. That's icing, though. That's going to come back with 7:43 left in the first. 58 seconds in this Ice Hawks power play. They could not make hay out of that 5-on-3, but we still have 58 seconds of a power play here. So personnel has changed. Domzalski playing with Van Ittersum and Delamora. That's controlled by the Ice Hawks, but that pass by Delamora was intercepted by the Orchard Lake side. They clear the zone. Hammond playing with Ancona. Picks it up, skates it behind Danduran, and now plays it to Ancona in the corner. Ancona slows down. Back to Hammond. Hammond back to Ancona. Ancona now skating down the left side. He's going to skate it into the Orchard Lake side. Stops at the hash marks. Plays it back to Hammond. Hammond down low to Domzalski. Domzalski in the corner. Behind the net to Delamora. Delamora plays it off the boards to Van Ittersum. That got by Van Ittersum. The Orchard Lake side is going to come away with it and clear the zone. They play it off the boards past Hammond. Icing's waved off. 7:02 left in the period. 16 seconds in this power play. That's Hammond. He hits Van Ittersum. Van Ittersum goes cross ice to Delamora. That pass not handled cleanly. The Orchard Lake side sends it back into the Ice Hawks side. 6 seconds. That got past Hammond. Orchard Lake has it in the corner. They play it behind Dandurand. That's Van Ittersum who's going to collect it there and now start skating out of the Ice Hawks side. Gets by a couple guys, skates it into the Orchard Lake zone. Ooh, has it poked from his stick just as he got towards the corner. Orchard Lake's going to be able to skate it out. No, they play it out, and Ducharme collects it at the red line. Gets it to Domzalski. That puck is played into the Orchard Lake side, but they'll collect it there and play it off the sideboards behind their forward. McCarthy's going to pick up the puck and skate it back into the Orchard Lake side. He fakes a shot and skates deep. Ooh, he still has it behind the net. He's looking. He plays it back to Ducharme. Ducharme doesn't have a lot of time, but a lane opens up. He sends the shot towards the net just wide. Speck collects it at the line. Plays it back into the corner, takes a bump for his trouble. Played out in front. This is Dobbs. Hard shot on goal. But the goalie was there, made the stop. And with 5:59 and both teams at full strength, the Ice Hawks have a juicy scoring chance, but nothing to count. Dobbs with a hard shot down low. Prime opportunity. Ice Hawks up by 1 on an early goal by McCarthy from Speck and Hammond. The Orchard Lake side has 7 guys out there. They're going to have to get rid of a couple. No, now they've gotten rid of 3. Here comes one's back. All right. Face off deep in the Orchard Lake side. That's Speck. He wins it back to McCarthy. McCarthy's pass hit a stick. Comes out. Ducharme has it in the neutral zone. Plays it off the boards into the Orchard Lake side, just beyond the reach of Dobbs. Orchard Lake has it behind their net. They play it into the corner. Lavoie slows his man up. The puck comes free and Speck collects it. He leaves it for McCarthy. Not a whole lot of time, but McCarthy keeps it in again. This is Dobbs. He's fending off a stick. He's pushed over to the corner. He gets it out in front to Speck, who redirected his shot weakly towards the goal, but towards the goal all the same. And the Orchard Lake goalie put the trapper on it to hold things at 5:27 left in the first. Ice Hawks up by 1. Earlier in the period, they enjoyed a 5-on-3, but couldn't make hay of it. Here now with the face-off deep in the Orchard Lake zone, they're looking to go pop another one in here on a 5-on-5. Domzalski taking the draw, controlled by the Orchard Lake side. They lift it high behind Aldegari and Ancona. It gets to Dandurand, who steers it into the corner. Ancona pushes it to Aldegari on the left side. Aldegari skating, who he's slowed down, pokes the puck forward. But Orchard Lake comes away with it. They play it into the Ice Hawk side. Ancona's going to collect it behind Dandurand and start from there. Ancona to Zhang. Zhang passes, didn't control that pass, and the Orchard Lake forward came away with it and played it into the corner. It comes around back to Zhang. He plays it back to Ancona, goes off the sideboard to Domzalski, just out of his reach, and that's going to come back on an icing charge. With 4:45 left in the first, this face-off will be back in the Ice Hawk zone to Dandurand's right. Domzalski taking the draw. Zhang and Van Anderson with them up front. Aldegari and Ancona on defense. That's controlled by the Orchard Lake side. They skated in towards the net, lifted high, but weak, and Dandurand collected it in the trapper and holds it for a face-off. Here the Ice Hawk side changed their personnel, and we'll have Speck, Delamora, and Dobbs up front, McCarthy and Hammond on defense. Face-off in the same circle to Dandurand's right. One back by Speck, but lost by Hammond. The puck comes free, and Delamora forwards it to Dobbs. Dobbs crosses into the Orchard Lake side, skates it now all the way to the backboard. Under pressure, he's getting support from Delamora. There's a couple of Ice Hawks and a couple of Orchard Lake players there. Dobbs comes away with it. He's circling. That puck, though, couldn't make his intended target. Speck picks it up and plays it back to Hammond. Under pressure. Hammond, it's in the skates. Now it's poked free by the Orchard Lake side. It gets into the Ice Hawk zone. Speck will be the first one there. He collects it, skates it behind Dandurand, and plays it up towards Delamora. That got out of the zone and sent back in by the Orchard Lake side. This is Hammond behind Dandurand, starting fresh from there. 3:47 left in the first. That pass was behind Delamora, got past him off the back sideboard. Icing's waved off. And now, that pass comes out. This is Hammond. He plays it down low to Speck, who redirects it into the net. 3:34. That was Speck from Hammond, and I think that might be it. It's Speck definitely from Hammond, and there may be another assist on there, but I think that might have been an Orchard Lake trying to get the puck out of the zone. At any rate, with 3:34 and an even strength goal by Speck, puts the Ice Hawks up by 2. Speck and Hammond enjoying 2 points so far in this game. Orchard Lake comes away with the draw. They play it into the Ice Hawks side. Ducharme forwards it to Lavoie, who goes cross ice towards Van Ittersum, but the Orchard Lake side got in the way of their plans. They skate it into the Ice Hawks zone, play it back to the point. Played forward into the Ice Hawk zone, but Ducharme comes away with it, makes a move around a guy, and now is skating down the right side. He plays it forward towards the line, but picked up there by the Orchard Lake defender. They lift it into the neutral zone to their left winger, and he starts skating towards the Ice Hawk zone. Plays it towards the center. They try to go wide on Ancona. They get a shot on Danduran. It was poked up and was dangerous for a moment, but Ducharme collects it, skates it down the left wing side, now sends it towards the front of the net. Ooh, it's loose. Lavoie takes a shot. Ooh, that hit a player in front and went wide of the net. Collected by Domzalski. Down low, he pucks loose. A backhand by Domzalski. Wide of the goal. Orchard Lake has it behind the net, but Ducharme's down low, hassling him. That puck comes free. Van Ederson comes away with it, plays it off the sideboard to Ancona, who plays it deeper into the zone. That scoots around the dasher behind the net. And Orchard Lake tries to play it out. It comes to the point. This is Ducharme, winds up. Ooh, the goalie collected it in the trapper and held for a draw with 2:15 left in the first. Ice Hawks up by 2 and threatening. Putting some pressure there on the Orchard Lake side here late in the first period. Face off deep in the Orchard Lake side. This is Speck taking the draw. Controlled by the Orchard Lake side. They're going to clear and skate down. They play a pass through the middle. McCarthy got in the way of their plans. Orchard Lake picks it up in the neutral zone, circles around the face-off circle, and tries down the right side. They play it past Aldegary into the zone, but McCarthy collects it there and plays it off to the side to Zhang. Orchard Lake has it at the line. They play it into the zone. Aldegary plays it off the boards to Zhang. Zhang plays it into the center to Aldegary. Aldegary skating down the right side. Leaves it for Dobbs at the blue line. Dobbs goes towards the center to Zhang, but that pass was hit by an Orchard Lake stick and got beyond the reach of Zhang. Orchard Lake now down the right side. Shot from the dot. Ooh, juicy rebound. Big save again by Danduran. Steer to the side of where Aldegary had collected and forward it to Dobbs. Dobbs plays it forward, but the Orchard Lake collected at the line and now go cross ice. They skated into the Ice Hawk zone. That one on net. Danduran holds it for a face-off with 1:16 left in the first. Couple of shots on net by the Orchard Lake side. And a couple there were looking kind of dangerous, but as it is, with 1:16 left in the first, the Ice Hawks still enjoy a 2-goal lead, goals by McCarthy and Speck. Domzalski takes the draw, controls, plays it back to Ancona, plays it behind the net to Hammond. Hammond plays it to the side to to Delamora, who plays it up to Van Ederson. Van Ederson plays it into the Orchard Lake side, but they collect it there and send it out of the zone. That puck is sent the length of the ice. Icing's waved off. Ancona's there. He's going to play it behind the net, where Hammond will pick it up in the corner, and now skates down the right side. Hammond picking up speed, plays it into the center to, just beyond the reach of Delamora. Cleared of the Orchard Lake side by their defender and collected by Hammond again. He goes cross to Van Ederson. That pass not handled cleanly. Now Ancona picks it up. He plays it forward to Delamora, just beyond his reach. It's played by the Orchard Lake defender back. This is Hammond, top of the circle. High shot over the net behind the, bounces off the backboards to Ancona at the point, who plays it in to Van Ederson. Van Ederson plays it forward, but the Orchard Lake team clears the zone. Ancona at the red line plays it across to Hammond, who plays it into the Orchard Lake zone. 8 seconds left in this period. Orchard Lake plays it off the boards. Speck gets in the way of their plans there. Let's play a little bit deeper, but that's how things will end here. At the end of one, the Ice Hawks up by 2. Goals early by McCarthy and Speck. All right. The teams are racking themselves up here for the start of the second period. It looks like Speck will start at the face-off circle with Dobbs and Lavoie, and Ducharme and McCarthy on defense. Here we go. That face-off controlled by the Ice Hawks. Lavoie plays it back to Ducharme. He goes across to McCarthy. McCarthy goes cross ice off the sideboards to Dobbs. Speck collects it. Forced to retreat a bit. Plays it back to Ducharme. Cross ice to McCarthy. His pass to Lavoie hit a stick. A scrum develops here in front of the Orchard Lake side, but McCarthy comes away with it and pokes it forward to Dobbs. Dobbs skates it into the zone, gets it to McCarthy in front. It's loose. McCarthy now collects it and skates it behind the Orchard Lake side. He's in the corner. Ooh, we played it back, but there was an Orchard Lake defender who got in the way of that, and the Orchard Lake comes through the neutral zone, coming in on Speck. That shot wide of the goal, off the backboards, bounces off the sideboards. Lavoie picks it up there, plays it back to Ducharme, back up to Lavoie, who's got room to set something up. Oh, he was looking for Speck down the road. Hit the skate, got to McCarthy, who hit Speck at the blue line, but he couldn't get past the Orchard Lake defender. Orchard Lake now plays it forward. An odd man rush on Ducharme. They lift a saucer pass. Oh, and they come back in front, and they pop one in to get within one of the Ice Hawks. A nice little passing play there on an odd man rush. And Orchard Lake come out of the second period with a bit of energy and cut the deficit to only one goal here with 11:52 left in the second. Orchard Lake goal scored here, top of the second here, resulting in a 2-1 lead now for the Ice Hawks. Controlled by the Ice Hawks, played into the Orchard Lake side. That was Domzalski who took the draw. Orchard Lake under pressure from Ancona and Van Ittersum, having trouble clearing it out of their zone, but now they do. Ancona plays it back to Aldegary, who goes across to Zhang. Zhang at the red line, moves in past one man, has the puck slapped from his stick, but he collects it and plays it back to Aldegary in the Ice Hawk zone. Aldegary goes across to Van Ittersum. Van Ittersum through to Domzalski. Oh, that pass just poked from before it got to Domzalski's stick. Domzalski collects it, plays it back to Aldegary. He goes back to Domzalski. He plays it towards Zhang, but it never got there. Van Ittersum pokes this puck free and got it to Zhang, and Zhang plays it into the Orchard Lake side. They play it off the sideboard. Domzalski has it at the dot. Not able to make a play with it. Orchard Lake comes through. They've got a headman pass. That gets behind Ancona. Aldegary is back. Ooh, that puck sent into the belly of Danduran and held for a draw, but that came out of nowhere. Pass that split the defenseman and generated a scoring chance, which would have leveled things at 2, but as it is, the Ice Hawks still maintain a 2-1 lead. This face-off deep in the Ice Hawks zone to Danduran's right. Speck taking the draw. He wins it back to Hammond. Hammond plays it back to Speck. Speck now back to McCarthy, who's plays it back to Speck. Speck has a bit of room to move. Plays it across to McCarthy on the left side. McCarthy skating forward, slowed up a little bit, skates it into the Orchard Lake side, plays it back to Dobbs. Ooh, that shot from the top of the circle. The defender got in the way of that. Steered to the side. Delamora picks it up in the corner. Delamora plays it behind the Orchard Lake net into the opposite corner and collects it there before anyone else got it. Played it forward to Dobbs, who got it back to Hammond, but the Orchard Lake side comes away with it. McCarthy skates back and gets in the way of the Orchard Lake progress, preventing a shot. Ooh, it's still a couple guys in front, and I think that might have been Dobbs who got in the way of that clearing or centering pass, thankfully. Now McCarthy plays it in the corner to Speck. Speck spots Delamora and hits him at the red line. Delamora skating wide on the right, circles at the dot, plays it towards the middle, but the Orchard Lake side come away with it. They skate through the neutral zone, coming in on Ducharme and Ancona. They try to go wide on Ducharme, stop at the top of the circle, send a shot in on net. Collected by Dobbs and played into the corner. Still in the Ice Hawk zone. Now it's clear to the zone, but Orchard Lake will have it, or collect it in the neutral zone and play it back into the Ice Hawk side. It scoots around the dasher into the corner where Orchard Lake picks it up at the hash marks. Dan Kona gets in the way of their plans. Comes away with the puck, but he's under pressure. Now he plays it off the sideboard, and he's able to hit Van Ittersum. Van Ittersum down the right side. Oh, he played it to Speck, but that was just beyond Speck's reach. It bounces off the sideboard. Speck picks it up there and plays it back to Ducharme. A hard shot towards the net, steered aside by the goaltender. That puck collected by the Orchard Lake side behind the net. They play it off the side, but Speck collects it, and he sends it back behind the net. 9 minutes left in the second period. Ice Hawks up by 2-1. Orchard Lake able to clear the zone. Speck's going to collect it deep in the Ice Hawk zone, circle in front of Danduran, and start skating. There's a lot of ice as the Orchard Lake side was on a rush. Speck sends it into the Orchard Lake side, collected off the backboard by Lavoie. Ooh, Lavoie's hammered into the boards in the corner. Puck comes free and played high and out of play with 8:33 left in the second period. Ice Hawks up by by 1, a score of 2-1. Goals by McCarthy and Speck early in the first, and Orchard Lake has come back with one early here in the second period. And there's been a few more chances beside that one. So the Orchard Lake side coming out in the second period with a bit more hockey to play than they did in the first. This face-off now controlled by the Ice Hawks, played into the corner of the Orchard Lake zone, and now there's a battle that develops here along the side glass just inside the Orchard Lake side. Played back into the chaos, and now clear to the chaos. Orchard Lake has it at their blue line. They go wide on the right and skated into the Ice Hawks zone. Into the corner, the ref kind of got in the way of their man. They play it back to the point. Ooh, redirected in front of the net, wide. It's in the corner now. Orchard Lake collects it there. They skate through at the top of the circle. Now get it to their man on the top. Ooh, a shot towards the net, looking for a redirect, but thankfully not redirected. Played back to their point man again. Van Ittersum on the forecheck. Forces them to go wide. Now they're down low. That centering pass hit Domzalski's skate and played behind the net. Orchard Lake plays it now into the corner. Domzalski's going to collect it there. Ooh, he lifted it towards the center, but there was an Orchard Lake man there. They hit their open man at the top of the circle. Well, that was behind him. It bounces off the sideboard. They collect it and play it behind the net. Orchard Lake collects it there, plays it back to their point man around the dasher, but now McCarthy has it. He hits Van Ittersum. Van Ittersum plays it forward. Van Ittersum, is he behind the defender? He's on a backhand. Shot on net. Rebound collected by the Ice Hawks. This is Domzalski who plays it back to Aldegary. Ooh, there was no room for that shot. That hit a shin pad, and the Orchard Lake are in all alone. Ooh, Dandran comes across, makes the save. That puck ends up in the corner. Now sent to the. Ooh, they're down low again. They play it across again, and no goal. Goodness gracious, there was two very, very hot opportunities by the Orchard Lake side there, and Dandran came up twice to bail out the Ice Hawks there and keep things at this one goal advantage here for the Ice Hawks. Speck now taking the draw. This face-off deep in the Ice Hawks side, controlled by the Orchard Lake side. Played back to their point man. But now Hammond comes away with it, plays it forward to Speck. Can Zhang join us and make an odd man rush? Speck gets it to Zhang. Oh, he played it back out in front from an acute angle. And no shot afforded Speck there, but he collects the puck at the blue line and plays it into Dobbs. Dobbs off the sideboard to Ancona at the point. Ancona now deep into the corner to Dobbs. Dobbs under pressure. He plays it further into the zone, but Orchard Lake comes away with it. They're able to clear the zone. Hammond gets in the way of that pass. Goes cross ice to Zhang. Zhang drops it for Speck. Speck plays it in the Orchard Lake side, but they come away with it. On the back check, Dobbs intercepts their plans, but Orchard Lake comes away with the puck. They try to play it by Hammond. Two of them did. With Dobbs' help, they stop him. That puck is down low and loose. Now it's in the corner. Zhang plays it to Ancona. Ancona pokes it to Hammond, who goes back behind the net. The Orchard Lake side is going to pick it up there. They lose it, thankfully. It comes back behind the net. Hammond goes in to dish it out. Sends his man to the ice, comes away with the puck, goes cross ice to Zhang. He redirects the pass towards Speck, but the Orchard Lake defender got in the way of that and sent it back into the Ice Hawk side. Hammond goes cross to Speck. That pass not handled cleanly. Gets past Speck. Orchard Lake has it at their own blue line. They play it forward all the way into the Ice Hawk zone. Ancona's going to collect it in the corner. And now he plays it up towards Speck. That pass intercepted before it got to Speck and played deeper in the zone by Orchard Lake. Hammond now looks to clear the zone. He'll do that absolutely, but it's going to be called back on icing with 5:10 left in the second period. Ice Hawks up by 1, but have been under pressure here for the better part of this second period.
Two different teams in the second period.
Two different teams, as my colleague Steve Dusha just mentioned. We've had two different games. It's Ice Hawks were all over them the first period, and the Orchard Lake sides returning the favor here in the second. That face-off controlled by the Orchard Lake side. They move inside of McCarthy and not able to get a shot. That goes into the corner. They play it back to their point man. Now back into the corner. McCarthy puts pressure on him, who it's sent out in front and redirected onto Dandran, who makes the save. Orchard Lake continues to apply the pressure, getting another scoring chance there with 4:56 left in this second period. This face-off will be deep in the Ice Hawk zone. Domzalski taking the draw. That hit the ref's skate and was redirected toward the Orchard Lake player at the point. He sends it towards the net, but it never got there. Orchard Lake now sends it back into the Ice Hawks zone. Dandran slows the puck down, leaves it for Domzalski. Oh! Looks like we have looks like McCarthy might be going off for a trip here, giving Orchard Lake their first power play here this game with 4:41 left in the second period. Actually, the call is going to be for interference. But the result is the same. Ice Hawks are going to be down a man. This face-off will be deep in the Ice Hawks zone. Speck wins the draw back to Hammond in the corner. Hammond plays it off the boards up to Speck. Speck not able to clear. Takes another swipe at it, still not able to clear. Orchard Lake now have the puck. Hammond swings the puck off the sideboard, collects it. Now he's in a battle with an Orchard Lake forward. Needs support. Now he plays it back behind the net to Ducharme. He's going to go off the sideboard to Dobbs. Dobbs collects it there. He's able to clear the zone and plays it down into the Orchard Lake side. Not too far, though. Orchard Lake collects it at about the dot. Now they circle and start through the neutral zone towards the Ice Hawks zone. They're going wide on Hammond. He forces them behind the net. Puck's behind the net. That's Hammond who's got it. He's got a bit of room. Plays it hard off the sideboard. That got past the defender. Icing's indicated, and icing will be charged. That puck's going to come back with 3:47 left in the second and 1:06 left in this Ice Hawks penalty. Personnel will change here as this face-off starts to take shape here next to on Dandaran's right. Looks like Ancona and Aldegary on defense, and Van Ittersum and Domzalski up front, with Domzalski taking the draw. 3:47. That face-off controlled by the Orchard Lake side. They play it back to their point man. That shot sent towards the net, redirected on net, steered aside by Dandaran. It's in the corner. Ancona runs into his man. His man goes down. Puck's loose in the corner. Orchard Lake collects it, plays it back to their point man. That shot on net, steered aside by Dandaran again. Ancona plays it off the sideboard. Going to be kept in by the point man, but the point man took a penalty, or took a hit there from Domzalski. And now Ancona skates it in down the right side. He plays it out towards the front. Oh, he got it to Van Ittersum. The shot was redirected wide, and play is called. Looks like the net's been dislodged. So Ancona got a pass out to Van Ittersum, who one-timed it, but just wide of the goal. With 30 seconds left in this Ice Hawks penalty, 3:11 left in the second, we've got a face-off deep in the Orchard Lake side. Speck lining up to take the draw with Lavoie. That's controlled by the Orchard Lake side. They're going to skate it behind their goaltender and look to set something up from there. They go cross ice. Behind their man, bounced off the boards. He's behind Ancona. Shot from the dot on net. And right in the crest there of the Ice Hawks jersey, might have given that Indian head a black eye. Collected by Dandaran and held for a draw. 17 seconds left in the in this Ice Hawks penalty. That face-off deep in the zone. It's in the feet there. Ooh, sent towards the line just past the Orchard Lake defender, thankfully, and into the Orchard Lake side. Lavoie goes on the forecheck, forcing things. They play it behind their goaltender. They play it now back behind their goaltender again. McCarthy's face-off is done. He's going to stay on the ice. Kept it in. This is McCarthy. McCarthy now he played it out of the zone, played it back to Ancona. 2:33 left in the second period. Ancona back to Aldegary. Aldegary up to Lavoie. Lavoie avoids a check, moves towards the center. Leaves it for Dobbs. Dobbs now skating across under pressure. He loses the puck. Ooh, they play it past Aldegary. They're in on Ancona. They're going to play it out in front. Ooh, they get it there. That puck's loose, high. Oh, kicked forward. Speck now has it in the zone. He plays it off the sideboard to clear the zone. Into the Orchard Lake side. 2 minutes left in the second period. They circle behind the net and start a rush down the right side. Now skating through the center, through the neutral zone. That puck sent deep into the Ice Hawks side. That's Ducharme, who's going to collect it behind the net. Plays it to Dobbs. Dobbs, goes cross ice. That pass intercepted by Orchard Lake, but the bouncing puck didn't afford him a clear shot. Now off the sideboard, this is Zhang. He plays it back to Ducharme. Minute 42 left in the second period. He goes across ice to Speck. Speck lifts it into the Orchard Lake side. And called on an icing charge? It was 2 feet away from that Orchard Lake player's stick the whole way down the ice, and yet it's still called on icing. Well, it's these little mysteries that make life worth living sometimes. Minute 34 left in the second period. This face-off all the way back into the IceHawks zone. Domzalski lining up to take the draw. He's got Van Ittersum and Delamora with him up front. Ducharme and Hammond on defense. That face-off controlled by the IceHawks, clear to the zone. Icing indicated again. And this will come all the way back. Minute 26 left in the zone, left in the second period. Hammond off, McCarthy on. Domzalski lining up to take the draw at the very same dot we just had a draw at. And here we go. Controlled by Orchard Lake. Played towards the dot, collected by the Orchard Lake defender. They send a weak backhand on net, steered aside by Dan Durand. In the corner now, that's played beyond the Orchard Lake defender. Ducharme will pick it up behind Dan Durand. Into the corner, he's looking to hit Delamora with a pass. It comes out of the zone. Van Ittersum pokes it forward. It's kicked forward into the Orchard Lake side. Played off to the sideboard. Van Ittersum will be the first one there. Ooh, he gets hammered into the boards. The puck's loose, poked off the sideboard towards the corner, or towards the point, kept in by Ducharme, but Van Ittersum is hurting. And, Delamora is hurting. It was Delamora who took that hit, my mistake. He's skating over to the side, to the bench under his own power, though. Looks like he's going to be okay. 55 seconds left in the second period here. This face-off just outside the Orchard Lake side, controlled by the IceHawks. Lavoie skates it in, but not able to get too far. Now pokes it forward into the corner. Lavoie's there. There's an Orchard Lake defender there. Orchard Lake plays it behind their net, but Van Ittersum slows their progress. Lavoie plays it back to Ducharme. He's got room, sends a shot towards the net. Ooh, it hit a skate in front. Sent to the net by Lavoie. It's still loose. It's still loose. Ooh, it comes there. This is Domzalski. Oh, he sent it towards the net, but he didn't get all. He was bothered by an Orchard Lake defender, and that puck just kind of scooted towards the goaltender, who had time to get in the way, and then he covered it up with his trapper there with 28.4 seconds left in the second here. This face-off deep in the zone, Orchard Lake zone. Domzalski taking the draw. One back by Domzalski. This is McCarthy. He winds up. Ooh, that shot hit a stick and was directed wide of the goal. Ducharme drops in, pokes it back into the corner, keeping it deep in the Orchard Lake side. They lift it out off the sideboard, down the ice. Icing's indicated and called with 13. Well, we lost a couple seconds on the slow clock there, but at any rate, 12 seconds left-ish. Here in this face-off will be deep in the Orchard Lake zone. Speck, Zhang, and Dobbs up front, and Kona and Hammond on the points. Speck taking the draw. Controlled by Orchard Lake. They lift it out of the zone. That bounces into the IceHawks zone. 6 seconds left. Ancona has it there. He plays it off the backboard to safety to Hammond. And that's how the period will end. Orchard Lake got one early, and I think had the Lions' share of the scoring chances that period. But as we head to the third period, IceHawks are up by 1, 2-1. All right, well, things are racking up here for the third period. Speck lining up to take the draw, with Zhang and Dobbs up front, Hammond and Ancona on defense. That's controlled by the Orchard Lake side. They go cross ice. Ooh, that hit the ref and the ref's foot, and leaving Zhang to pick it up. He skates it into the Orchard Lake zone, all the way into the corner. He circles. Now plays it to Dobbs. Dobbs now under pressure behind the net. Ooh, that puck comes free. Orchard Lake comes away with it. They lift a pass into the neutral zone. Hammond's going to interrupt their progress. He plays it off the backboard to Ancona. Ancona up to Zhang at the hash marks. Zhang goes cross ice, hits Dobbs. Dobbs now skates down the right side. Dobbs, top of the circle, lays a shot on net high off the blocker. Collected by Zhang, played to Speck. Speck gets it to Dobbs. Dobbs circles at the top of the circle. Leaves it back for Speck. Kept in by Hammond, makes a move inside. Hammond, he's got room. Sends a shot towards the net just wide. Off the backboard, it bounces into the corner. Zhang collects it and lifts it to Ward Ancona, but the Orchard Lake side comes away with it. And they play it deep into the Ice Hawks zone. Danduran slows the puck down behind the net, leaving it for Ancona, who's going to pick up speed here, skating down the right side. Ancona skates all the way into the Orchard Lake side, circles at the corner. Now behind the net, circling back, leaving it for Domzalski. Domzalski skates it into the corner, plays it back towards Delamora. Delamora back to Ancona. He's got room. Delamora, high slot, shot on net. Collected by the Orchard Lake goaltender. 13:24 left in the third. A shot from the top of the from the high slot by Ancona on net, but the goalie had no trouble seeing that and collected it, holding it for a draw. Ancona comes off. McCarthy comes on. Domzalski takes the draw. It's controlled by the Orchard Lake zone or side. They play it high off the boards to Aldegary. Came out. Aldegary now plays it back in. We got a delayed offside. Orchard Lake from behind their net have time now to clear the zone. They play it forward, intercepted by Van Ittersum. Van Ittersum skates it into the Orchard Lake side, down the right side. He's bumped off the puck, kept in by McCarthy though. He plays it off the sideboard into the corner. Van Ittersum now plays it back towards the defense, but the Orchard Lake intercepts and now are skating in. An odd man rush on Aldegary. They're going wide on Aldegary. Hard shot wide of the net, off the corner and around, kept into the zone by the Orchard Lake defender. Sent towards the net, but wide. Orchard Lake has it. They play it off the sideboard towards their point man. That shot played down low, saved by, redirected towards the net and saved by Danduran. Delamora collects the puck into the corner. Plays it behind Danduran, over into the other corner. Aldegary hammers his man. Looks like he may be getting a call. Aldegary's going to go off for an elbow. With 12:18 left in the third. The Orchard Lake side continuing the pressure. They started in the second period. Orchard Lake will enjoy a power play here. Aldegary off for two for an elbow. This face-off will be deep in the Ice Hawks zone to Danduran's left, right on your screen. Speck taking the draw. Controlled by the Ice Hawks. Speck skates it out into the neutral zone. They poked forward into the Orchard Lake side. They have it there. Now they're played off the boards towards the Ice Hawks zone, but Dobbs got in the way of their plans and sent it back towards their with a shot on goal. Now Orchard Lake starts again from behind their net. Dobbs on the forecheck, forces them to circle, retreat a bit, and now start again. They play it off to the left side. They skate it into the Ice Hawks zone. That centering pass intercepted by Ducharme, who plays it into the corner. Orchard Lake now plays it back to their point man and starts to set things up. That pass, beyond the reach of their forward, bounces off the backboards into the corner. Ducharme's there. Orchard Lake comes away with it. They play it out in front. Redirected by Danduran towards the line. Kept in. And then poked out by Speck. So it might have been in originally, but at least Speck made sure that it was out. The ref had called it offside originally, but from here, which is not too far from there, it seemed like it was onside. At any rate, like I said, Speck made sure it was offside, so this face-off just outside the Ice Hawks zone, controlled by the Orchard Lake side. They play it into behind Danduran. McCarthy will be the first one there. Looks like Hammond's taking a call for interference here with 11:12 left in the 11:12 left in the third, 55 seconds in the initial Ice Hawks penalty. Coach Smith is talking to the ref about the call, which admittedly he's talking to the ref who did not make the call, but
5-on-2. These are tough ones to defend.
All right, Domzalski taking the draw here. He's got Ancona and McCarthy on defense. This face-off deep in the Ice Sox zone to Dan Duran's right. Controlled by the Ice Sox, won by Domzalski. Into the corner. Ancona forces the puck free, plays it off the sideboard. That comes loose. This is Ancona. He plays it off the backboard towards McCarthy. He doesn't have a lot of room, though. McCarthy pushed up against the boards. Puck comes free. Orchard Lake comes away with it. They push it back towards their point man. That got past them. That's going to go the length of the ice. They collect it behind their goaltender and start from there. 24 seconds in the initial penalty. That long pass intercepted by McCarthy. Ooh, but the Orchard Lake comes away with it. They skate it into the Ice Sox zone. They're going wide. They play it back off the corner, and McCarthy meets their man there on the backboard. That puck tied up by McCarthy and a couple of Orchard Lake players. McCarthy comes away with it momentarily. Now it's played out in front. Played to their point man. High slot. Oh, it got... Go, Marat! No, it's in! It's in. That hard shot. Dan Duran got a piece of it just as the penalty was expiring, and so with 10:16 left in the game, Orchard Lake equals the score at 2. Now the question is, did that first penalty expire or did it not? Looks like the ref is opening up. Nope, it looks like both penalties are done. So the Aldegary, well, looks like the Aldegary penalty. Yeah, Aldegary's penalty had just expired. Then they scored, which means Hammond comes out of the box as well. 10-16, both teams are 2-2 score here, and both teams at even strength. Orchard Lake controls the draw and have it in the Ice Hawk zone. This is Ducharme. He plays it to Zhang. Zhang, leaves it for Ducharme. That may have been a surprise, though. Zhang takes a hit, but clears the zone. Orchard Lake collects it just outside the Ice Sox blue line and skates across. Now they're forced to retreat. They skated all the way back to their blue line. They go across to their man at the other blue line. Now they play it forward. Ancona slows them down at the Ice Sox blue line. That puck is now played back to the Orchard Lake defender. Orchard Lake has it in their own zone. Forechecking by Zhang and Speck. Orchard Lake plays it off the sideboard. That gets to Ancona, though. He goes across to Ducharme. Ducharme hits Speck in the center ice, but it was behind him and played forward and ended up on the Orchard Lake side. They play it back forward. Ducharme now in a battle with the Orchard Lake forward. Ooh, that puck sent weakly towards Dan Duran. He steers it into the corner. Speck will collect it there. He plays it back to Ancona. 9 minutes left in the game. Game tied at 2. 2 early goals by the Ice Hawks in the first. An early goal in the second by Orchard Lake, and now a goal just a few moments ago by Orchard Lake on a 5-on-3. Ooh, Zhang missed that pass. Puck comes across now. Ancona will collect it there. He hits Van Ittersum with it. Van Ittersum across to Speck into the zone. Speck makes a move. Speck's down low. Didn't get a shot off. The second defender came in and poked the puck free. That puck comes around to Ducharme at the point. He circles. Ooh, that backhand pass collected by an Orchard Lake defender. They're in on Ancona. Ancona's forcing him wide. That puck played now back behind off the backboards. Ancona to Speck. Speck behind Dan Duran around the corner. That's going to get past Delamora and into the neutral zone. Orchard Lake plays it back. This is Ducharme. He tried to go across to Dobbs. That pass was intercepted. Orchard Lake now coming into the Ice Sox zone. They leave it there for that man just inside the point. He skates towards the center, plays it down low. Ooh, that puck's bounced out. Ooh, a shot from behind the goal. Sent towards the net, but kept behind the net. This is Ducharme pressing his man up against the boards. The puck comes free. Domzalski collects it. 7:53 left in the game. That pass bounced off the boards and got past Dobbs. It does come out of the zone, but Orchard Lake controls and starts skating towards Dan Duran. High slot. They move wide. They leave it back for their man, but that's intercepted by Delamora. Delamora goes cross ice to Domzalski. Off the boards, Domzalski picks it up. Most of the Ice Hawks go on a change as Domzalski plays at the length of the ice and bounced off the backboards. Domzalski on the forecheck forces that Orchard Lake man to move the puck. Lavoie to Domzalski, back to Lavoie. He's got Hammett, no, McCarthy. Ooh, a shot from one leg towards the net, steered aside by the goaltender, collected by Lavoie. Lavoie plays it back to Aldegary. Aldegary back to Lavoie. Lavoie goes down low to Domzalski, but he didn't have a whole lot of room. That puck sails into the corner. McCarthy picks it up there, takes a bump as he skates behind the net. Puck comes free. Orchard Lake comes away with it. They play it off the sideboard. Aldegheri keeps it in. Ooh, he tried to play with the puck and came back to him at the point. And there is play is called for some reason. Oh, there's a man down, it looks like. There's an Orchard Lake man down. Not sure what happened there. Looks like he's getting some attention from his coach, but he's up and he's skating under his own power. So with 6:51 left in the game tied at 2. We've had an injured Orchard Lake player, but he looks like he's going to be okay. He's back on the bench under his own power. Speck now lining up to take the draw deep in the Orchard Lake zone. He has it, plays it out in front. Oh, it comes loose. Comes back to McCarthy. Sends it towards the line. Redirected just wide. Behind the net. The puck is loose. Collected now by the Orchard Lake player. He plays it off the sideboard towards Aldegheri. He doesn't have a lot of room. He plays it forward. Dobbs collects it there. Plays it across to McCarthy. McCarthy has time. Winds up. Ooh, that shot wide of the goal. Comes around the corner to Aldegheri. He sends it towards the net. But intercepted. Oh, they're behind the defense. Orchard Lake in on. Oh, Danderan comes out, challenges the player in control and makes the save. What a beautiful play by Danderan. That puck along the sideboards now. There's a trapped Orchard Lake man. They come in now. He was able to clear the zone. That puck steered aside by Danderan. Aldegheri collects it. He stops. He doesn't have a lot of room. Aldegheri looking to make a pass, lifts the pass towards Dobbs. Ooh, that is intercepted by the Orchard Lake man. They play it back in, delayed offside. They clear, and this gives Aldegheri a bit of time to set something up. Aldegheri plays it into the corner to Lavoie. Lavoie doesn't have a lot of time. Played back to Aldegheri. Aldegheri now looking to go across the Dobbs again. It hit Dobbs in the boot. He plays it forward, but Orchard Lake's going to collect it here in their own zone, circling in front of their goaltender. 5:35 left in the third. Delamora gets in the way. Oh, he brought that puck in offside. Speck had gone down and was trapped in there, and Delamora didn't see him. So with 5:31 left in the third, game tied at 2. We've had some back and forth play here. Danderan made a huge save as he sailed out of the net and dove at the puck, poking it to safety. Domzalski now lines up to take the draw. That's in the feet, controlled by the Ice Hawks, looks like. Only momentarily. Now the Orchard Lake side comes away with it. They skate it through the neutral zone. They send it into the Ice Hawks zone. Hammond collects it there, and now he's skating on the left side, moves towards the center. Hammond has the puck. Skates it down the right side. Oh, a hard shot from the dot off the post and sailed into the corner. Good gracious, that was going to go right through the netting. Domzalski now deep, has the puck against the backboards. Domzalski in the corner now, circles. Ooh, sends a shot towards the net. It's loose. Ooh, Van Ederson got a stick on it, but it went wide. It's behind the net. Domzalski collects it there, sends it off the backboard. Delamora chases his man into the corner, comes away with the puck. Delamora plays it deep into the zone, into the against the backboard. Ooh, now the Orchard Lake come away with it. They play it around the dasher. Ancona keeps it in. He plays it back down low behind the Orchard Lake net. Van Ederson's there. He collects it, sends it to the point. This is Hammond. Hammond sends it towards the net. Blocker saved by the Orchard Lake side, collected by Delamora. Delamora goes off the sideboard, but an Orchard Lake man collects the puck there. Sent the length of the ice. Icing is indicated and called with 4:10 left in the third. Game still tied at 2. Ice Hawks now have a little bit of momentum, it seems. They've been in the Orchard Lake side here for the last few moments. Looking to go ahead by that elusive third goal. Speck lining up to take the draw. No, Dobbs lining up to take the draw. He's got Lavoie with him and Speck, Ducharme and McCarthy at the point. That's controlled by the Orchard Lake side. It comes up to the point where McCarthy has it. Under pressure, he plays it into the corner. Orchard Lake now plays it behind their net. Lavoie forces a quick thing. Ducharme has it. He played it down low. That hit Dobbs in the boot. Orchard Lake unable to clear. Ducharme sends it back into the corner. McCarthy forces their man. That puck comes up to Speck at the point. He plays it down to the hash marks where McCarthy has it. Ooh, he tried to hit Dobbs, but the Orchard Lake side intercepted that pass. They clear the zone. Speck collects it, plays it into the zone. Delayed offside. Puck comes out and is pushed into the Ice Hawk zone. This is Ducharme in the corner. He's going to play it back into the corner to McCarthy. McCarthy under pressure. He's got a couple of Orchard Lake players there. It comes to an Orchard Lake player behind the net. Speck presses his man up against the board. The puck is trapped there. A battle develops. McCarthy comes away with it. McCarthy, he hits Lavoie. Lavoie has the puck in the center. Looking to make a move on the Orchard Lake man. He circles, leaves it for Ducharme, but it was on his backhand. Oh, he gets a shot on net, but Orchard Lake is able to clear the zone. Ducharme comes back, collects the puck, plays it back to Speck. Speck to Lavoie on the left side. 2:52 left in the third. Ooh, Lavoie lost the puck. Orchard Lake comes away with it. They send it into the Ice Hawks zone. Ice Hawks take the opportunity to change. This is Speck behind the net. He's got a bit of room. He lifts it to McCarthy. McCarthy down the right. Pushes it forward for Speck. Speck skates it into the Orchard Lake zone, all the way into the corner. He circles there. Speck under pressure, circles again, leaves it for Delamora. That got past Delamora. It's played behind the net. Zhang has it. Zhang plays it back to Ducharme. He doesn't have a lot of room. That shot blocked by the Orchard Lake defender. 2:18 left in the third. Ooh, Delamora takes a hit, but gets back up and still has the puck, only momentarily. Now Orchard Lake have it in the corner. They lift it into the neutral zone. That's gotten past McCarthy. But McCarthy got back, forces his man to take a weak shot wide of the goal. It's now in the corner. Zhang's back there. Ooh, that puck comes out. Delamora has it. He's able to skate it out, but he's on his backhand. He's able to push it forward into the Orchard Lake side. Zhang to Domzalski down low. Domzalski skating it behind the Orchard Lake net into the corner. Domzalski. He would have got a pass to Ancona, but that got past Ancona. 1:39 left in the game. Ancona circles at his own blue line and starts heading towards the Orchard Lake zone again. That pass, a weak one, intercepted by Orchard Lake. They send it into the Ice Hawks zone. Dan Duran slows the puck with 1.5 left in the third. Game still at 2. Aldegary grabs the puck. He plays a hard pass off the side, across ice to Ancona. Ancona tries to go back to Aldegary, gets it there on the second attempt. Ooh, that puck is bouncing. Aldegary sent to the ice. Domzalski plays it to himself off the boards, now plays it forward. Orchard Lake intercepts. Aldegary has it there. He's going to skate it into the ice Orchard Lake side. Makes a move around one man. Hard shot. Loose again. Oh, the goalie made a save and we couldn't get the rebound on the net. Orchard Lake now clear the zone. They're skating down the right side. Zhang comes across and gets in the way of their plans. Zhang plays it across ice to an open Speck. Speck has 2 men now to beat, though. He plays it deep, circles. He's in the corner. 40 seconds left in the game. Speck down low, plays it out in front. No, not allowed to. Played behind the net in the corner. Van Edersom's there, and a penalty is called. With 30 seconds left, I believe we've got a call on the Orchard Lake side. So with 30 seconds, the Ice Hawks are afforded an opportunity to find that go-ahead goal here on the power play. What an enjoyable few minutes of hockey we've had here, just back and forth. All right, this face-off deep in the Orchard Lake side. We got Speck lining up to take the draw. He's got McCarthy with him up front. He's got Dobbs with him up front. Aldegary and Ancona on defense. That's face-off won by Speck back to Ancona. He goes across to Aldegary. Aldegary's shot just wide of the goal, bounces off the backboard to McCarthy. McCarthy plays it to Ancona. Ancona sends it towards the net. Ooh, it bounced towards the net just wide. Off the backboard, this is Dobbs. 14 seconds left. He plays it back to Aldegary. Ooh, it's poked off Aldegary's stick. And that's going to clear the zone, and 6 seconds left. There's not enough. Well, Ancona hit Dobbs, who forwarded the pass, but that's how things will end there with a tied game, 2-2, after the Ice Hawks came out to a strong start. Orchard Lake responded with an early goal in the second, a power play goal in the third, and a tie at the end of the proceedings here, 2-2. Next game, 7:15 at St. Clair Shores.